in the way that Monet mentioned Lisa's name.
What's up, y'all? I'm trying to set this up in my thing. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We down here. I'm really annoyed. I'm super annoyed. And this is the reason why some of the shows that I watch, I don't review, because everybody, people make watching the show, watching shows, unenjoyable, because everybody turns into a goddamn social justice warrior, right? So I don't know what the conundrum is. I don't know why everybody's going up for a white bigot, and they're also not trying to go up for the creepy white queer dude, right? So Colton is a creepy white queer dude, and Michael Rappaport is a creepy white bigot. Like, what the fuck? And also, when I come on this motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck Colton is. So if I said Colton was cute, I didn't know the motherfucker was down there underneath somebody's car putting trackers on their car. I don't know who Colton is. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. So if I said, oh, Colton is attractive, I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't know who that dude is. Using his white privilege how? What is Michael Rappaport using? Like, are y'all confused? Michael Rappaport is a bigot. A whole fucking bigot. Colton is a creepy dude. A creepy guy. He's creepy. He stalked his girlfriend. He was in the closet. He went on television shows where he was presenting to be a straight man. And y'all are trying to figure out, well, who do we go up for? How about not going up for any of them? Why do you have to choose? And then why? And then if that's the case, did y'all remember when Michael Rappaport posted a picture of Kenya, and then the next picture he posted was of a fucking gorilla? Every time I say something about Colton, somebody's like, I wouldn't call him cute. I don't know nothing about that dude. Nothing about him. I'm so, and that's the reason why people don't want to watch shows like this, is because we can't watch the show. How come we can't watch the show? From the reports, Michael Rappaport is a goddamn Zionist, married to a black woman who compares black women to gorillas. And you're trying to figure out, who do we go up for? Should we go up for Michael Rappaport, or should we go up for Colton? I don't know nothing about Colton. I don't know shit about Colton. I'm coming on the show. I don't know half of these people. If they were gamers, I don't watch Big Brother. I don't watch Survivor. I don't know who Jam Jam is, but I know Michael Rappaport had an issue with Jam Jam, the first person he saw. Is it a coincidence that Jam Jam is gay? So should we not watch the show since Colton stalked his girlfriend and put trackers under her car? Michael Rappaport is a bigot? Like, I don't understand. And what really made me go live is this one comment that said, I wouldn't call somebody cute, because I said that Colton was a cutie pie. I don't know Colton's history. And why in the fuck would they let him on a television show if his ass was around here stalking people? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why was Portia on the show when she accused her castmate of premeditated rape? Why the fuck was Portia there? I don't understand. I don't understand it. And you can't say nothing nice about a person. I don't know nothing about Colton. I said he was a cute. I said he was cute. That's what I said. Somebody's like, I wouldn't call him. What? Hold on, let me go to the comment. I said, what? This is what really, because I wasn't going to go live. I was just going to rant on Twitter. But it was just like, what? Where's the comments? Hold on. Girl, that pissed me off. I was like, okay, let me go live so I could just say what the fuck I got to say. And I don't like it. You know, another thing I don't like, because I posted to the community wall, I don't like it that people say, well, it's true. It's true that he did that. It's true he's the person that kept a secret. It's true. That's the same shit Jess Hilarious says when she's on her tirades against T.S. Madison. Well, what I said was true. I didn't know nothing about Colton's history. Nothing. I didn't know he was stalking people and laying under people's cars and putting tracking devices on their cars. His ass shouldn't have been on the fucking show for anybody to even say he was cute. Shit. The fuck was he on the show for if he was stalking people? I don't know everything about this person. Where is the thing? Where's the thing? Colton has a case for stalking his former castmate from The Bachelor. And they said he also was going hard on Rachel Lindsay. Rachel Lindsay went on a game show to find love, and now she got to pay a nigga $13,000 a month. She should be quiet. Where is the thing here? I don't feel sorry for Colton at all. Who feels sorry for Colton? You don't have to feel sorry for Colton to say that what Michael Rappaport says was homophobic. And y'all need to stop acting like what he says was not homophobic. And you also have to act like people don't hide in the closet because of this fucked up society that we live in, where people can't actually live in their truth. Colton's stalking ass wouldn't have been able to go on a television show where he was in the closet, quote unquote, fooling 30 women at a time if he was able to live in his fucking truth. Colton came out to get the heat from those stalking allegations and charges off of him. So he came out of the closet so that people can be like, oh, because he's gay, we feel sorry for him for stalking someone. Your sexuality has nothing to do with your character. What is wrong with people? Because if I went on what somebody's sexuality with and aligned it with their character, I wouldn't want to be associated with anyone straight. Them straight motherfuckers are crazy. If that's the case, and then y'all turn it into a race thing. Why are they getting all the black people out of the house? Girl, a black person is a traitor. Is that not enough? Is that not enough? These things about Colton, I didn't know shit about Colton. I don't watch. They said Colton has a protective badge. It's going to be hard to get him out. He has made tweets about black women. So has Michael Rappaport. Our fucking Black Barbie. Fucking Miss USA 1993. He called that woman a gorilla. You don't think a white man calling a black woman a gorilla is too far from saying some homophobic shit to another white person? Come on. Hold on. Let me see. Somebody else said something. I wouldn't call him a cutie pie because he is what they say. Hold on. I almost took my damn, I was like 2 seconds from taking my damn Traders review down and putting it on Patreon. Because what happens is, what really upsets me is that we are watching a show that we're all enjoying, and now somebody comes out with like, oh, they're racist, oh, they're a bigot, oh, they're this, oh, they're this, oh, they're this. And it's like, okay, so what are we doing? Are we watching the show to find out who the traitor is? Or are we watching the show to talk about Colton being underneath somebody's car, or Michael Rappaport calling Kenya a gorilla, or Portia lying on her castmate saying that they were going to rape her and drug her. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I can't stand Michael Rappaport. Do you hear me? I can't stand, and the fact that especially the kids, y'all can't decide who you don't know if you like, because y'all don't know who you like, the creepy white bigot or the creepy white queer guy. I don't understand. Who stalks people? Both of their characters are in the garbage. I just don't like to watch things, and then when people start to like tell you information as if you're supposed to know these people's characters. You know how many comments are in my comments about Colton being a stalker? Nothing about the show. Nothing about how he's strategizing. Nothing about, right, Phaedra's ass won the previous season. And that fucking bitch, she's a fucking she's 2 steps away from being a fucking criminal. Hold on. Let me find this damn comment. Girl, that pissed me off. I was like, you know what? I was going to go live today, but hold on. I was going to go live today, but I didn't know if I was, and I was going to go live about 12 o'clock. Then I was like, let me hurry up and get in here, because I was annoyed. I wish I could summarize how many comments are about Colton being a stalker. What about Michael Rappaport? What about him? I don't understand. And then somebody's like, oh, Colton, he leaned into the sympathy. You know what Colton said when Michael Rappaport said what he said? He said, there it is. So we're going to gaslight it and not think that Natalie, what's the figure skater's name? Daniel, is that the figure skater's name? Who else picked it up? Everybody picked it up. So don't gaslight and be like, what Michael says wasn't homophobic. It sure the fuck was. Who better than to know how to keep a secret than someone living in a closet? Just because he didn't say explicitly, you guys act like these motherfuckers have to call you the hard R in order to understand that they racist. What is that about? Johnny picked it up. Lisa Rinna picked it up. Dorinda picked it up. Natalie said out her mouth, just for the reason he said that, let's get his ass out of here. Colton didn't lean into that. Then he said explicitly what he said. So then Michael can deny what he actually meant. What did you mean then when you said I was good at keeping secrets? Because he later called, in the beginning, when they said Jam said your name, he was like, oh, didn't he get in trouble for lying? Isn't that what he does? Or don't they lie? Girl. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what he said wasn't homophobic. What he said was true. Yes, what he said was true, but does not mean that it was like shady. He said that in Michael Rappaport. How many times has he prefaced it with saying, I say things, I just don't want to offend anybody. I just don't want to offend anybody. I just don't want to offend anybody. How many times has he said that just on this season alone? So he knows that the things that he says can be offensive. And now he's trying his best to stay on this show. He's going to say something extremely offensive, and he fucked up. Oh, it wasn't about his sexuality. Yes, it was. You're not going to gaslight this whole table and sit here as if, like I said, you got to call somebody by a hard R in order to understand that they are racist. I still say it to this day. I say it to this day. I say it to this day. Ted Bundy, by the standards that were around, the social standards that were around that time, Ted Bundy was a handsome man. I don't know nothing about that motherfucker's character. I don't know shit about Colton. Did you know that Colton? Okay, so he's ugly now. Okay, are you happy? He's ugly. He's ugly. He's not attractive. He's ugly now. Okay, are we happy? Can't we just watch a show without people making it dark? Can't we just watch a show without getting trapped into the vortex of race every fucking time? Candace is a traitor. They getting rid of everybody black. How? The people are voting out the people who they think are the smartest. It's a compliment that they're getting rid of the smartest people, except for Portia. You know, yesterday I said they need to keep all the people. They need to keep all the people who are dumb or dimwits and who need to be told what to do. You don't get rid of dummies and dimwits like Portia. You keep them. You get rid of the gamers. Who said what? Who was attractive? And being attractive is subjective. I have my eyes. I've had these eyes since I was born. What I see is not what you see. If I say that from my eyes, from my ojos, and that person is attractive to me, just because you don't see it doesn't mean that person isn't attractive. Come on. We're supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be laughing. We're supposed to be clapping and cheering and trying to, that's what we're supposed to do. Now it's all this dark shit. It's like, oh my God, look at what you're standing up for. And it's like, damn. Oh, you don't know who to pick between the bigot and the creepy gay dude? You don't know who to pick? Well, how about you don't pick any? That's how you know you stuck in a binary, because you think you're supposed to stick up for one of these motherfuckers. Let them go to the death. I do not think that Colton leaned into being told that he stayed in the closet as his way of keeping secrets. I don't believe he leaned into that. All he said was, there it is. And then everybody at the table was shocked, like, no, this man just didn't say that. And I said at the beginning of this season, Alan Cummings said on every single season of Traitors, if it's left up to him, it will be full of queer people. And you got this motherfucker sitting at the table saying some homophobic shit, and the fucking host of the show is a goddamn gay man? Come on, y'all. You don't deny what Michael Rappaport said just because you don't like, because Colton was stalking his girlfriend and said some shit about Rachel Lindsay. That motherfucker was wrong. Did Colton lean into the sympathy? I don't think so. I just said, all he said was, there it is. And then he clarified it, because what you can do when you're throwing shade is to deny what you were doing. Oh no, I wasn't really doing that. Yes, the fuck you were. Shut up. Right. That's why everybody thinks that's why everybody's so hypnotized by that big booty and a smile. She got 7,500 teeth over there. And all she got to do is smile, and y'all fold like a goddamn lawn chair. So what privilege is Michael Rappaport operating in then? What privilege? Because see, when you're talking about two white people going together, one is a straight white man who's a bigot. The other one is a gay white man who stalked his ex-girlfriend or girlfriends and lied about being gay to come on a television show about men trying to find a woman they could siphon energy from, The Bachelor. Okay. Colton is attractive. I don't like him or Michael. Colton does things very white male privilege. No, those people are following Colton and doing what Colton says because they themselves are operating with an unconscious bias that white males know what the fuck they're talking about. That's why everybody's following Colton. Let's talk about that part of the thing. Why doesn't everybody just automatically follow what Colton had to say? Because he's attractive, he's white, and he's male. That would be the only privilege that he's running on. To me, I don't see him using his sexuality. I don't even see him using his racial identity as a privilege in this game. I don't. So somebody tell me where I got it wrong. Because what Michael said was wrong. And I don't think Colton leaned in it to get sympathy. I think everybody automatically felt bad for him because that's something that how many gay people deal with, men and women, staying in the closet because society is anti-gay. Ron did the same thing, called out Portia. Now everybody's against Ron. Colton calls out Tiffany. Now it's he's trying to get the black people out. What the hell? And then you see the people were gone, even if that wasn't what he meant. What the people say, intent is completely separate from impact. So if that wasn't what you intended, the way that Colton and several other people at the table, they gasped at what Michael said. Then I said it in my review. I said the reason why people are following Colton is because he's a white male and he is attractive. I didn't say he was attractive in my review, but he's attractive. That's why everybody's, and even Mara's like, why the fuck did we just go along with what he said? Why? Because y'all have an unconscious bias to white males. That's why. That's why. But he's playing the game. He didn't lean into that when that man said that. I don't believe that he leaned into that. Who believes that he leaned into the man calling him gay or saying that he was in the closet? How did Colton lean into that? I don't understand. So nobody should feel sorry for this man saying something homophobic to this man because he stalked his girlfriend. This is what are we talking about? Are we talking about what's happening in the game? Or are we talking about their history? Because if we're talking about their history, then we don't need to be watching Traitors at all. We can't even watch the game. It's like, damn, can we just watch it? Can we just have fun? Now everybody got their goddamn red fucking shirt, their red polo shirts on, and their khaki pants and their tiki torches. Girl. That's why people don't like to say, like, oh, I'm watching this, but I'm not going to review it, because they want to be able to enjoy it. Everybody takes all these shows and they just turn them into these dark, like, underbelly of like society. If we were really to go through all of those people's character flaws, we wouldn't have a show. How did he lean into it? Tell me how. What did he do? I want to know what actions he did to make it seem like he leaned into it. And Michael Rappaport did too. Okay, what's next? I read somewhere that Colton had very nasty things to say about Black women. I don't like them. Michael Rappaport did too. Who's next? Portia. Let's put Portia on the chopping block. She lied on her cast member and said that she was going to drug and rape her in a dungeon underneath her home. Who's next? Who else is next? Let's put them all on the chopping block, because once we do, we won't have a show. God damn. He came for Tiffany. You think he came for Tiffany because she's Black or because she's smart? Tiffany told Colton to his face, on your best day, motherfucker, I'll be smarter than you. Just know that. I'm getting out the smartest people. I'm telling you, if I was on this game as a faithful, I would be playing like a traitor. I will be getting out anyone who is a faithful, who I think towards the end of this motherfucker is going to be my competition. Hello? She ate his ass up. That's what I'm saying. If we put everybody on the chopping block for their character outside of the show, we wouldn't have a show, y'all. And why can't we just watch the show? Colton is a man who was in the closet, went on television shows, acting like he was straight, stalked his girlfriend, talked shit about Black women. Okay, let's go through the things. I just don't like to be reminded of the things that Colton did as a response to he's cute. Okay, I get it. Okay, he's ugly now. He's ugly. He's so ugly. Okay, now what's next? Can we just get back to watching the show? I don't think he came first because he's Black. I'm talking about the aftermath. He wasn't humble about it. Humble? I'm trying to play a game of elimination. Come on, y'all. See, y'all can't play traitors. Y'all can play because y'all be like, oh, well, he's not being nice. Girl, we're not supposed to be nice. Mind you, I've never watched The Bachelor either. He moves like he's untouchable. How was he right about Colton? What was he right about? Tiffany is smart and she was eliminated because she was displaying too much leadership and strategy. One thing I'll say about Candace is she's remaining lighthearted and not showing her strategy mind. That's why Candace is going, because she keeps lending to conversations. She keeps giving her 2 cents. She's not playing like she's like, oh, I need to find, I'm playing like, with this strategy and I need to find everybody. Tiffany was talking matter of factly, like if she knew. You understand what I'm saying? So that put a target on her. Who are we going to get next? And she names off a bunch of people. Come on. Like, what are we doing, y'all? And then like when we give our reviews, you're like, well, this is about Colton. I know, okay, I know. Okay, Colton stalked and put tracking devices under his girlfriend's car. That is terrible. That is awful. That is low character. He's disgusting. Okay, what's next? And they need to get, and what did I say on my last review? The next 2 people they need to get the F up out of there is Colton and then Natalie. Get their asses the fuck up out of there. Natalie's ass is too smart. She gotta go. Y'all thinking this is a community? That's not a community cash prize, y'all. One person. This is a prize for one person. This is not a community pot. So as a faithful, you should be operating as I'm trying to take out. Even if I don't think I'm getting out a traitor, I'm getting out someone who is really smart at playing this game, who's really strategic at playing this game. I love how Ron shut her down when she was trying to fake bullshit. Yeah, I'm trying to get to know your family. What the fuck you need to get to know my family for? Ron, although I don't particularly like the way that he's playing, he was right in saying that to Dorinda, or not to Dorinda, but saying it to the group, saying, if I get to know y'all, I'm gonna be creating biases with y'all, and it's not gonna help me play the game. Y'all are all traitors to me. I'm the only faithful in this motherfucker. I'm the faithful that's gonna get the prize. I'm the only one. Y'all all are traitors to me. That's exactly what Ron said. I'm not going to start getting friendly with you because now I have a bias. Now I don't want to get rid of you because I know that your kid is in kindergarten and won the macaroni game first. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. They're not there to make friends. They're there to win money. Yeah, faithful can split the prize at the end, but we don't know. They've been coming up with all kind of different rules in this particular season, so we don't know. No, I think Colton throwing out Tiffany's name was smart because she is smart. I would have thought she was a traitor. I would have thought Michael Rappaport was a traitor because they're not. I would have thought what's the name? Donna Kelsey was a traitor. You understand what I'm saying? These people are not getting to know people and they're running around strategizing without other people's input. You're coming off as a traitor. I'm just annoyed with this idea that, hold on, I'm doing my Instacart. Hold on. What's the girl saying to me? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is somewhat a popularity contest. It's a part of the game because Michael was unlikable, so they didn't care if he was a faithful or not. Exactly. They've been trying to get Michael out from the beginning. Eric said from the beginning, you're a bad faithful. Yeah, you got to be you can't just automatically jump into these, oh, I was trying to get to know you. Dorinda, shut up. Dorinda, be quiet. You lucky you here after the first damn thing. I was just frustrated because I don't like that we turn these games into it, like we bring it outside and then we start talking about the person outside of the game, right? We start talking about the people, their character outside of the game. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me change this up here. Girl. Okay, hold on. Hopefully that doesn't come on. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to make some changes here so the people know that we are live over here. Yeah, we live, honey. Um, hello, hola, 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 hola. We are live, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I didn't even get to make my coffee. I just started rolling something up. I was like, I'm gonna make my coffee and then I'm gonna go live. But I was like, no, I need to go live now because I was really frustrated. And I'm like, God, we always do this to these shows, and it just makes the shows so unenjoyable to watch, you know? Yeah, please make sure you like the video. Dorinda literally carrying her way back into the show. She needs to just sit there and eat her food. Right, just be quiet. I literally took my I literally went to my page and I took my it and I it took my I it took me to wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand. I just didn't understand why everybody was on Colton so hard. Like if they were like, it seemed like they were on Colton so hard that like he what did the people say? He leaned into the sympathy. He's trying to change his image because he stalked somebody. And I'm like, okay, I did not know this about him. I can't give the man a compliment. I did not know this stuff about him. And it's like, are you not reading the other comment? How many comments do I have to read to say Colton this and Colton that and Colton this? It's like, Erica, before you give this man a compliment, just know he stalked his girlfriend. Okay, he's ugly. Okay, he's ugly now. He's ugly. I didn't understand. I don't think Michael's homophobia is okay because Colton was in the closet and stalked his girlfriend. Sorry. Well, see, the difference between what Ron and Colton are doing, Ron is not socializing. Colton is socializing. Girl, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, we don't need to even watch because everybody on the show they don't have a squeaky clean character analysis. If we really want to get into it, who else is on that show? Okay, thank you. Who else is on that show? How? How is Colton bulldozing? Bulldozing how? Taking on the leadership role. That's why everybody's following him. Who else is taking the leadership role? Who else has the audacity and the pussy big enough to take on the leadership role and lead people a certain way? I didn't know who he was outside of the game either. I had no idea. Like I said, I heard, I saw him and I knew that he was a gay person. And then I was like, oh, and then everybody started saying, well, Colton did this and Colton did that. When I started watching Traders, I did not do a background check on any of these people. So I tweeted Bravo this morning and told them to do background checks on people before they put them on the show, because if they have a questionable character, they shouldn't be on the show. Then y'all wouldn't have Portia on the show. I don't think that he leaned into sympathy. I just heard him say there it is, and then like when he was denying that that's what he did, he then like verbalized, are you trying to say that I know how to keep a secret because I stayed in the closet? Two wrongs don't make it right. Y'all can't say it's okay for Michael to be homophobic in the present just because Colton was a creep in the past. That's where I am with it. And it's like, stop telling me Colton, stalked his girlfriend. Okay, I'm talking about what is happening right here. Now, if Michael Rappaport would have said, oh, you know how to keep a secret because you was down underneath somebody's car trying to stalk them, girl. But now you can leave it a little bit shady, because then you could say, oh no, that's not what I was trying to say. That's not what I was saying. Yes, it was, Michael Rappaport. Colton needs to be eliminated next. That's where Colton and then Natalie. That's what I said on my review, and I put my on the end of my review. The last screenshot says Colton and Natalie need to be next. Colton needs to go because his mouth is too much. You have too many eyes on you, and then he blew out Lisa Rinna's name. So you got to go. Anytime somebody blurts out a traitor's name, they got to go, because then they can rally up the people. And Colton's white male presenting body is going to get them to come on his side and listen to him. So as soon as you say a traitor's name, you got to get him out of here. That Colton has to go. But I'm telling y'all, I didn't know shit about Colton. I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't watch The Bachelor. I didn't even watch The Bachelor when Rachel Lindsay's ass was on The Bachelor. I don't know nothing about nothing. So all I knew, I didn't even know that to put it together that he was the one on the show that was gay, and he was on The Bachelor, and he went through like the whole. Did he go through the whole season, or did he come out at any point of the season? I have no idea. This was my first time laying eyes on Colton. I don't even know his last name. And then for everybody in the comments, it's like, oh, he's right, and who right? That's like, if you have a problem with Colton, you definitely have to have a problem with Michael Rappaport. So if we kicking off people because of their sketchy past, then we need to kick Portia off. Where's my list of the traitors? We need to kick Portia off. We need to kick. I don't know nothing about Jam. I don't know nothing about Kelsey. I don't know none of these people. Monet was already gone. Rob C, the chef, the figure skater, Candace, Mark, Dorinda, Eric, Natalie, Michael, Caroline, Mara. I don't know none of these people. None of these people. Michael Rappaport posted a picture of Kenya getting her makeup touched up, and then the next on his stories, the next picture was a close-up of a gorilla. When did Colton weaponize his sexuality on Trader? Somebody said, shout out to Art World 3580. Michael isn't wrong about Colton. He constantly weaponizes his sexuality. 1 minute he didn't know he was gay. The next he knew for 29 years. He even admitted doing The Bachelor was the most traitorous thing he's done. So why do we need to make this about how awful Michael is just to prove his statement was homophobic? Colton is the worst kind of person. He made the conscious decision to apply to The Bachelorette, knowing full well his intentions were to deceive, not once but 3 times. Terrorized his ex, gone after Black women. Colton is no victim. The statement was about his character. Oh yeah, he compared Kenya Moore to a gorilla. Michael Rappaport. I posted it on the community page. Go to the community page on YouTube. I posted it because it lives forever. Hold on. I don't think that Michael Colton has weaponized his sexuality during this game at all. I don't think anybody on this game has weaponized their sexuality at all. This is where I am with it. Like, y'all don't know how to not pick a side. And like I said, when Michael Rappaport said to Colton, y'all keep saying, well, it was true. It was true. That's the same words that come out of Jess Hilarious's mouth when she's going after T.S. Madison. Well, what I'm saying is true. What I'm saying is true. I didn't feel bad for Colton. I thought what Michael Rappaport said was extremely offensive, and it was homophobic. And he knows that he's an offensive person, and he knows he says things to offend people. They're both fighting for their lives. How is he supposed to talk to Tiffany? I don't understand. What game are we watching? A game where we're learning how to crochet, and at the end we have to pick who has the better crochet beanie or scarf or mittens, and then we can go by that and how they were talking to each other. But are we talking about people who are trying to fight for $100,000? How do you expect? I'm fighting for my life. Tiffany's fighting for her life. She wore his ass out, rightfully. But I don't know, what are we doing? Are we playing a game of traitors where we're talking about murdering people? Or are we talking about a sewing circle where we're knitting mittens for our kindergartners? Like, what are we talking about, y'all? I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you like I'm fighting for $100,000. This ain't RuPaul's Best Friends race. Listen, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what are we doing? It's like, I'm going to talk to you. I think Colton and Tiffany were talking to each other crazy because they're both fighting for their lives. I honestly think that the way that they turned on Ron, when they have the reunion, they're all going to have to apologize to Ron, because Ron is going off of what Portia said. He didn't just come up with that. He actually had evidence. Now, Portia's ass, I don't know, she doesn't have any control, but Portia put herself up to be looked at. Portia really, she put herself up to be suspicious. You made yourself a suspect, girl. That's why I was like, why is Portia saying these things? And she's not even a traitor. We did this. I killed Ian. There are 4 traitors. Come on. They all need to apologize to Ron, because that's all he was going by. For them to actually turn on Ron to make it seem like, oh, he's a traitor, and that's why he put Portia's name up. If Donna, and then they think it now because Donna was actually the traitor. So now they're looking at Ron. Nobody even needs to be looking at Ron. I would look at Ron because of the way he spoke to Dorinda. That would make me like, oh my God, why is he talking to her like that? You don't need to know who my fucking family is. Okay, I get it, but damn, it's mean. Just like what Michael said to Colton was mean, and it was homophobic. And we're not going to act like people don't sit in the closet because of the way. Look at your good sister Donnie McClurkin. Girl, her feet hanging out the closet. Her pink boa is hanging out the closet, and she is going to die, baby, saying that she's a straight man. We're not going to act like our society doesn't push people into the closet to where they are deceptive and deceiving people. Men already approach relationships with deception already. And now I can't come out and say that I'm straight, so I'm going on these shows. It's crazy. That shit is crazy as hell. But for you to mention that in the game like that, and to put that layer of it, is that he should have came with something else. He could have came with something else. I'm just saying, like, if we and then it's like, do we watch the shows now? Because if we look at the shows that we watch, all of the shows, we're watching televisions for entertainment. Some we're watching for education. Some we're watching to observe human behavior. But this is a game where people are fighting, murdering, fighting for a cash prize. When we sit at the table, we're literally fighting for our lives. So I'm going to talk to you in a way that shows you that I'm going to fight for my quote unquote life at this time. I don't want to be banished. I don't want to be murdered. Exactly. That is what frustrates me. I'm like, Every comment is like, Colton is this, Colton is that. What the fuck does that have to do with traders? Now, does it say something about his character? Yeah, maybe so. That he's good at keeping secrets, but when I don't think that there's just some things you just don't say. And Michael Rappaport is an offensive person. And you said something that was offensive. It not only offended the target, but the other people listening. And never mind that the host of the fucking show is gay. Like, come on, bro. Okay, my problem with Colton on the show is he can be big and bad any other time, but when someone calls out what he actually did, all of a sudden he can't defend himself. I need an example. I'm gonna need an example of Colton not defending himself. Colton and Ron only go after women because you gotta understand. And the crazy part is, ironically, there are 2 women traders and 1 male trader. So if I heard some light footsteps and somebody brings that out, you got to think about that, right? Yeah, because I don't think that Colton was prepared for anybody to use his being in the closet as a weapon against him. I don't think that he thought that something like that would happen in that space, considering the amount of queer people in the room and considering the like Alan Cumming. You know, I don't think that Colton thought that that weapon would be used against him in this environment, right? It was definitely used as a weapon, right? He was fighting for his life and he used it as a weapon. Okay, Sasha says the show isn't about their character. No one really cares. We are going to move on when the show is over and we'll forget about all the people on it. Exactly. I don't know who Colton is. And after this, and once they eliminate his ass, I'm not gonna know who he is again. I'm gonna go back to not knowing who the fuck he is. Well, men are gonna go after women. I think going after women. I don't know. I mean, now it's a gender thing. Like I don't know what. Like I don't know why we have to like interject these things, but but we could interject them because it does determine all of us, every single last one of us hold unconscious biases that determine our decision making skills. Every day we deal with unconscious bias. The reason why you walk past somebody and you walk past one person and don't give them $1, but you walk past another person and give them $1. You'll walk past the white homeless man and won't give him $1, but you'll walk past the white homeless woman and give her $1. You understand what I'm saying? So we all have these unconscious biases that we hold every day, and it does fall in line and with it determines our decision making skills. It does, and I think we can bring that in here. But men have a unconscious bias against women. Maybe white people have an unconscious bias. Black people have an unconscious bias against white people. Like I don't know if I should trust you, right? So that all of that we can take. I guess we can take that into consideration. Yeah, I think because even Dorinda was like, "You were on the show with 30 women." He was like, "Yeah, welcome to the club, Dorinda," or something he said to her. I don't understand. Let's see. It says Michael should have been gone day one, and we would have focused on the traders later. I can't do Michael. Right. That's why nobody even really cared. But that's what Natalie said. Just on GP for him saying that, we need to get his ass out of here. But that's why when they were like, okay, he's not a traitor, everybody's like, oh, well, okay, well, let's get back to doing what we're doing. They wanted him gone because he's an offensive oaf who eats, like, shovels food in his mouth. He's disgusting. If they ask me, oh, you have to choose between Colton or Michael Rappaport, I'm not choosing neither one of them. Can I just get the gun to the head? Because I don't want to choose neither one. I'm definitely not choosing Michael Rappaport. Girl, please. That'd be a cold motherfucking day in hell. Absolutely not. How? When? Tell me what scene? What scene? What scene did this happen? Because I watched it. Colton weaponized homosexuality in order to deflect. I don't think Michael meant it like that. So what did he mean? What did he mean? Because tell me if he didn't mean it like that when he called Kenya Moore a gorilla. Tell me he didn't mean it like that. I don't think he meant it like that. Tell me what he meant. Roundtable, but I need more. Give me more. Maybe I forgot. Tell me what it is. The roundtable. How did he weaponize it? What did he do? What did he say? It was Michael acknowledging that he's not nice looking. Yeah, he knows. He's talking about he's the dopest, handsomest. No, get your ass out of here. Michael Rappaport, we've been saying Michael Rappaport should have been gone a long time ago. I have to get that off my chest because I thought it was weird. But I think for a lot of folks in the queer community, Colton is a white gay man, and white gay men be racist, they be misogynist, they be all the things, right? So I think that's where a lot of the black gay men are coming from when it comes to Colton, is this, I don't even know for lack of a better word, but the trauma that comes with dealing with white gay men and the intersection of racism. I think that's the reason why people are jumping on that side, because there's no way in the world that I would let a homophobe say some shit and be like, that's not what he's meant, that because he said that against a white gay person. He meant what the fuck he said, just like he meant to call Kenya Moore a gorilla. He is so disgusting. The way he was eating that food was absolutely disgusting. But I want to know when he weaponized his whatchamacallit. I'm telling you, I forgot. I didn't even hear him mention that he was gay. I didn't even know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Y'all let me know. What's up, mods in chat? Hey, Brandon. It wasn't until Colton clarified it for me that the homophobia entered my mind, because initially I thought he was saying, you of all people are good because you're a traitor. No, he said, you of all people are good at keeping secrets. That's what he said. So that's like a perfect thing to say to a person who spent a portion of his life in the closet. He would be good at keeping secrets. He went on a television show where all of the 30 women were crying over him for a fucking rose, thought he was a straight man. And he what do you call, deceived all of these people. So you will be a perfect person who is good at keeping secrets. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, well, what Michael said was true. Those are the same people that rally behind Just Hilarious when she says what she says about T.S. Madison. Well, it's true. This don't have nothing to do with the damn game. And see, Michael Rappaport he really, if Michael Rappaport wouldn't have said that, he probably would have said something offensive to somebody else, right? Colton played the victim in the moment. He used it to deflect. Bob the drag queen and even Tiffany said they didn't even take it like that. Johnny took it like that. Dorinda took it like that. Lisa Rinna took it like that. Natalie took it like that. I think even the snake charmer was like he shook his head like, Yes, we know that. We know that. Okay, now what are we gonna say? Now what? They said Colton stalked a girl who won and then came out as gay after the restraining order. He put a tracking device on her car. Hey, Carlos, he says there was an article in either Variety or Deadline that said Michael was hell on set and the producers were glad he left. Yeah, and he just seems like an overstimulated buffoon. That's what he seems like to me. He should have been gone a long time ago. I think it was good to cast him, but I think He is too hyped, too anxious, he's just overly excited. It's just weird. His behavior was very weird. Very weird. He said Colton, of all people, could keep a secret because he kept a secret for 29 years. And you say that to somebody who was in the closet. What else would he be keeping a secret about? Like, that was so homophobic. Yeah, he's too erratic. It's just like, it's too much. It's like, calm down. And I think he thought he was going to land a perfect quotable moment with saying that to Colton. He didn't put words into his mouth. Don't gaslight. Please don't gaslight. Do not gaslight. A white person doesn't have to call you a nigger to understand that they're racist. Right? Because that's what the white people say, right? I didn't say anything bad to him. I'm not a racist, because they believe that they have to call you a straight up Nigger in order for you to accept that they are racist. I will say, I do think Traders puts a full display on natural unconscious bias we deal with in everyday life, and all of us hold them. All of us. None of us are devoid from unconscious biases. None of us. Yep, and this is what they wanted. Casting him maybe opened the door to cast even more divisive people due to him trending on social. And then I'll just stop watching it, because I'm not going to watch the show where I have to feel like I got to put on my Justice Warrior picket sign and get out there with my pick in my hair and my fist raised. I'm not. I can't. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm not. Every fucking show we watch doesn't have to be a goddamn Justice Warrior convention. I don't want to. That's not. I just, can we, like, literally, we watch movies to suspend logic, to suspend reality, to escape what the fuck we got going on. Every time we watch these fucking shows, y'all gotta bring the other shit that we're trying to escape into the show. Like, what in the entire fuck? Can't we just watch the show? Yeah, you're not getting that from me. I'm not going to turn this into season 5 of the fucking Real Housewives of Potomac. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that. I'm going to enjoy the shows that I want to enjoy, and I'll just have to be quiet and tweet about it without a hashtag on Twitter. Because I don't want to be involved in I don't want to be in the collective conversation about a show that's supposed to be about murdering people, and we're talking about shit somebody did in the past. If that is the case, what the fuck was Portia doing on there? Portia lied on her cast member and accused of her of premeditated drugging and raping, and her fucking big ass fucking was on the show. She shouldn't be on the show then. Her and Michael Rappaport, two in the same. If that's the case. Right. I'm not watching for, I don't want to talk about intersectionality. Girl, I just want to watch the show. I just want to watch the television show. It's a game show, y'all. Y'all, what if they were doing this with The Price of Right? Are we going to be like, oh, Bob Barker didn't call on the black person because they said it was $1 and they should have said it was $15 to get up on the stage? Girl, ain't nobody got time for that shit. God damn. I'm not arguing over nobody. I don't want to know if Colton, like I said, Colton put a tracker on somebody's car. Okay. Now what? What's next? Colton weaponized his sexuality. I haven't seen it. Show me where. What's next? Michael Rappaport is a Zionist bigot. What's next? The excuses made defending the reason Ron is being outcast is the social game. He isn't trying to get to know everyone. The same reason they're using corporate work, their reasoning used in corporate work environments. That is exactly why they are responding to this way. Responding to Colton, because Colton is more social than Ron. Ron is telling the people, I don't come here to make friends. That's basically what Ron said, which I kind of understand, right? Because I do not want my biases to cloud my judgment. Right, we're talking about somebody of questionable character. Girl, let's talk about P. Diddy. P. Willie. Let's talk about P. Willie. Let's talk about her. Let's talk about character. Come on, y'all. Now I gotta go get another roller. I saw it. I sure did. I saw it. Every episode. I said, is the tracker saintly iconic soul said, is the tracker going to help him find out the traitors? No. Okay, so then that's none of our business at this time. Exactly. But I need to know when Colton weaponized his sexuality. What's this say? The show Palm Beach on Netflix was fun, mindless watch. The white women are one-upping each other. Yeah, I heard that somebody was like, oh, it sounds like it's the MAGA women or whatever on there. They do that thing with the housewives, right? When you bring on somebody, don't bring on racist, don't bring on a homophobe, don't bring on transphobe, don't bring on these people who have issues with folks. Let's see. They also said a suspect that he wanted a roundtable to give evidence to see if they're going to do to him the same. They're going to do the same to Eric for doing the same exact thing. Yeah, and Eric thought it was Tiffany. That's what I said. I said it would be Colton, Natalie, and then Eric. Because I feel like this. If you're going to want to get rid of Ron because he came back with evidence that didn't pan out, then you need to get rid of everyone who comes back with evidence that doesn't pan out. But I don't think that that's his fault. I mean, I don't think that that is his fault. That is something that we have to recognize within us. Even Mara said it. Mara's like, why did we just go along with what Colton said? You know why? Because he's a white man. And whether you like it or not, everybody has an unconscious bias. When I'm on my platform saying that the stuff that I want to say about women, sometimes I will intentionally use a white woman or a white man because I know that a lot of us have an unconscious bias in favor of white people. And that's not our fault, but it's something that needs to be, we can acknowledge it and then clock it when it happens. But all of us do. Is what I'm trying to say. No, I mean it was used as a weapon. It was the weapon of his sexual identity was thrown at him. What is he supposed to do? If I threw a knife at you with your sexuality thrown and throw it at you, what are you going to use with the knife? How are you going to use the knife once I throw it in your direction? Once I weaponize your sexuality and throw a knife at you, how are you going to take that weapon and use it against me now? What are you going to do? That's what I'm saying. It's like you're saying something that you wouldn't do. If somebody turned around and weaponized your sexuality against you, what the fuck are you going to do in response? The numbers are so high that it's still easier just to go with the crowd or the ringleader. That's why Ron, how did Ron turn, what didn't Ron think Dorinda do it? Ron even turned around and put Tiffany's name on the pit. Why are you guys doing that? If I don't think Tiffany did it, I'm not going. Even fucking Candace voted for Candace voted for Ron. Who vote? What's her name? What's the girl's name? Lisa Rinna. Why are you voting for Tiffany? Like, girl, he had no evidence against Tiffany. He was going off vibes, and their bias made them believe his vibes are superior to their own. That's what I said in my review. I'm not denying what that boy is using as, his privilege. I'm not denying that people are not listening to him because of his presentation. Candace was the only one who defended Tiffany. He needs to be out next. That's what I'm saying. You keep throwing out names. You need to be you need to go. Colton needs to go next. And I think them motherfuckers picked up a shield. I really truly do. I think they picked up a shield and Colton's gonna be safe. In the interview, Tiffany said it was much worse than we saw because everyone except Candace said why they knew she was a traitor. See? And they in there crying. And Tara, who's Tara? Johnny's best friend. She even voted for Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany, if it's not you, I'm sorry. Then why the fuck are you voting for her? We just going along with everybody so we can seem like a good faithful girl, please. I don't even feel like Ron was wrong. Ron was wrong in his outcome, but he wasn't wrong with the evidence. Like, I feel like Colton didn't have enough evidence to say that. He just went on Tiffany being matter of fact about who she thought was a traitor. That's what he was going on. Ron actually had words that came out of that dimwit's mouth. Girl, you said we killed, I killed, and it's 4 traitors. You got to go. Now, whether or not his evidence didn't turn up, correct, but he didn't go looking for evidence. Portia said those things out of her goddamn mouth. Portia said those things out of her mouth. Everyone was just so relieved that it wasn't their name that they happily wrote Tiffany. They don't personally know her. That's the game. It's really an unconscious bias. It really is. Wait a minute. Wait. It was one comment. Hold on. Let me go up a little bit. Where? Yeah, I just don't. The only reason why I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, I will agree with you if you give me the evidence. You understand what I'm saying? If you give me the evidence that Colton weaponized his sexuality, then I can agree with you. But I can't agree with you because I don't see the evidence of that. I didn't see the evidence of that. Now, him using his white male identity, I don't even think he's using it. I think the people are just falling into it. You understand what I'm saying? Damn, it's been an hour already. I don't even think he's using it. Hey, yeah, I don't want it to turn into that. I don't. I'm just like, can we just watch the show and laugh and holler at the TV when we find out when we find out? I think for season 5, we should play it like Clue, and we shouldn't even know who the traitors are. The viewing audience shouldn't even know who the traitors are. Yeah, Colton just said that what's her name was matter of fact. She was matter of fact in who she said the traitors, who she thought the traitors were. And how she said, I guess she basically said, girl, I love when they fight. I love when they fight. But this is the thing, when we're fighting with each other, we don't have to bring in our identities. We don't have to say, I don't have to bring in your racial identity, your gender identity, your sexuality. I don't none of that is a none of that determines your character per se. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't need, if I'm going back and forth with you, I don't need to mention your sexuality as a way to fight you. Right. They also dislike Ron because they're mad at themselves for being swayed by a man they all underestimated initially. And they're going to really mess up if they get rid of Ron, because they're going to be like, damn. But then when they go back and watch this show, I believe that every last one of them owe him an apology, because this was not evidence that he gathered himself. It was literally evidence that was given to him. He was in the room when she said those things. And because Donna was a traitor, they're looking at, because she's a traitor and Ron was pointing at Portia, and Donna was the only one who heard Portia say these things, that they were trying to set Portia up. No, she said those things out of her mouth. That's the part that I love. This is the part that I love, when they are so sure someone is a traitor and they be so wrong. Baby, I be in here hollering, hooting and hollering. I think evidence was presented on how he weaponized his sexuality. However, you don't agree with it. No, I do. He said when Michael made that statement, he said, there it is. Then when everybody was looking around like, what the fuck? Then he came out and said, are you trying to say basically I was hiding, I'm in the closet, I knew how to keep a secret, and then went off and said that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't agree, because that to me isn't, that evidence isn't enough evidence. But that evidence of him like making it clear as to what's his name was doing, that doesn't seem like him weaponizing it. I think Michael weaponized Colton's sexuality, but I don't think that Colton leaned into the weaponization. I don't see it. Let's see. I did enjoy the twist where one of the traitors were not revealed. Yeah. Well, and Colton is going off of Lisa's behavior, right? Lisa's normally outspoken, right? She says she's not very quiet, and he's recognizing her being quiet. But why? How come he's just recognizing that now? How come he didn't recognize it before? Yeah. Rappaport used his privilege to make Yam Yam feel bad. Like, why in the hell do you think I should give you a shield? Jam Jam was like, I think I'm at risk too. You think you're at risk? I think I'm at risk too. Why should I give you a shield? Girl, bye. This seems along the same lines as you talked about my kids, when it's really no, I talked about your parenting between Colton and Michael. Ron's spirit is not in the game anymore. I think he's just waiting to be voted out. It saddens me. Yeah, when he was standing at the tree and he was like, just kill me now. Just kill me now. The traitors on the show might have it because the faithfuls aren't really smart this season. And if I'm a traitor, I'm going to, even if I'm a faithful, I'm going to eliminate all of the people who I will see at the end could be a challenge for me, or somebody I think will turn on me at the end, because they have an opportunity to kind of turn on each other at the end. Yeah, Tiffany needed to go. Like, Tiffany needed to go. She needed to go. She's too smart. She got to go. We love how smart she is. We would want her to win, but she's too smart. She got to go. She got to go. Yeah, Ron screaming at the tree was hilarious. And that's the only thing. That's why I came on. I'm sorry that I came on this motherfucker like in full steam ahead. I came on blazing hip hop and R&B. But it's frustrating that every single comment is about Colton and his past. And it's like, I did not know that. And it's like, it's almost like you're like trying to hold me to something, to information that I did not know. Okay, now I know Colton is a stalker. Him being gay has nothing to do with him being a stalker. To me, him being a stalker is the worst thing. You putting tracking devices, the worst thing. Him being gay has nothing to do with that. But him weaponizing his sexuality, I haven't seen that yet. Like, I even forgot the dude was the gay bachelor. I didn't even put the two and two together. Like, I said that on my review. I was like, I knew he was gay, and I knew he was on The Bachelor, but I didn't know he was on The Bachelor with the women. And then I knew, and then I was like, wait, I know that there's no such thing as a queer bachelor, so he had to be on there with women. So he was on there going through it with the women. He was not out of the closet. That's when I was like, oh, wait a minute, girl. Nobody knows Colton's past. Like and then I'm like, every comment's like, did you know Colton? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I'm like, girl, please. And how the hell was he on there as a as a contestant? Was he the one doing the choosing? So he was the one doing the choosing, then he was a contestant? Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that. Okay, so he was on The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and The Bachelor. Girl, I did not know. Girl, somebody said this show needs to be called Traitors and Backstabbers. I don't see a faithful among them. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about Colton. So it was just unnerving that every comment was like, did you know? Did you know he did this? He did this, he did this, he did this. And I'm like, no, I did not know. I don't know about these people. I don't know nothing about these people. I don't even know Jam Jam. I ain't never seen Jam Jam a day in my life until he popped on the screen, on the trader screen. Same with Colton. Who else? The Asian girl. I feel like I've seen her before somewhere. I said I only know who the damn housewives are and the figure skaters. Girl, I know who Ron is. Let me see. I didn't even know that was Travis Kelce's mom. I was like, oh, they got this old lady on here. Okay. Then I saw the last name. I was like, oh, that's Travis Kelce's mama. Okay. I didn't know who Natalie was. I didn't know who Mara was. I know Monet. I knew Ron, Tara, Johnny, Candace, Mark, Dorinda, Portia, Lisa, and Alan. That's that new Michael Rappaport. That's it. Tiffany, I said Jam Jam just won the challenge. I don't know why he's here. Like he got money. Oh, so he just won. He was on Survivor or Big Brother. That's how I was like, Harper, who are these people? And now I got all these people in this comment talking about Colton this and Colton that. I said, I don't even know who the fuck Colton is. I don't know him. I don't know who Colton is. Please stop telling me Colton put a tracking device on some lady's car. When I'm telling you, and those people follow Colton right out to the damn, they all, if they were going to get slaughtered, they all follow Colton to get slaughtered. Girl, I don't know these people. Stop telling me this man is stalking this girl. It was just so many comments back to back to back. I was like, girl, I don't know who he is. Please. I feel like I'm being held accountable for something that I don't even know. Like, I don't even know who this guy is. Why are you trying to tell me he's not? He wouldn't be cute if he was stalking me. I said, girl, he's cute. I can't help it. If I think the guy is cute, I did not know he put a tracking device under the girl's car. Come on. Right. Who is he? Where is he from? Is he from Love After Locked Up? I don't know who Colton is. Who the fuck is Colton? Colton got his mama's maiden last name, I'm sure. That's his first name, Colton. I'm sure he comes from a line of Coltons. Okay, Kristen was on Top Chef. See, I didn't watch Top Chef. Where Tiffany is from, Big Brother or Survivor? I know Natalie is from Survivor. Her ass needs to go next. Okay, thank you for letting me calm down and get out my little rant at the beginning. I didn't even say good morning, it's me, Erica, nothing. I don't even have my coffee. Let me make sure my stuff is ready. I ordered Instacart. I'm supposed to go pick it up. I should have had them deliver it. but I'll go. Oh, okay, they say it's ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go get it in a little while. Yeah, Kristen is the chef, right? She's pretty. Yeah, I think I got. Kristen was one of the hosts. Oh, was she? I know she's a chef. And then Eric, I don't know even where's Eric from? He's a musician. Where is he from? The snake charmer? Yes, the snake charmer is a cutie pie. Yeah, with the dark hair. The dark hair always gets me. With the snake charmer, he's cute. And when he corrected that, when he corrected that Michael Rappaport misusing the word commiserate, I was like, oh yeah. He's cute. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna go. It's cold and foggy, but I I wanna I just wanna go out there, get out the house, go pick up my groceries. Yeah. Rob is from Love Island. And I didn't even know that. I just kept calling him a snake charmer. I thought he was a snake charmer from Instagram. They just found a snake charmer on Instagram. I didn't know he was a contestant on Love Island. That's how much I know. But I'm telling you, that is the reason why Colton, I think we all have unconscious biases. I do. I think we all have to recognize that sometimes we will listen to another person before we listen to another person because of their identity, right? Um, when the people kept saying that Michael Rappaport didn't mean it that way. And I'm like, no, 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 no. We can't do that. We can't do that. Just because you don't like Colton and you have issues with white gay men doesn't mean that Michael Rappaport didn't mean it that way. He meant it that way. He definitely meant it that way. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, so yeah, because that's why him and Mara, he was carrying her over his shoulders. I was like, okay, so they know each other from Love Island. With tattoos of snakes on his body, girl. I was like, girl, you's a snake charmer. You's a snake charmer. Colton needs to go home next, just for the simple fact that he mentioned Lisa Rinna's name. Michael Rappaport was being shady. Colton caught it. Lisa Rinna caught it. Go back and look at everybody's reactions at the table. I'm surprised they didn't show Alan Cummins' reaction because everybody, like a lot of people caught it. And see, when a lot of people catch it, you can't turn around and be like, that's not what I meant, girl. Then all of us are dumb and you're the only one. Everybody misunderstood you, girl, please. They'd be like, I think you're a traitor because you asked me to pass the eggs during the breakfast. You laughed. That's treacherous behavior. Girl, they're really trying to find that when they come in and be like the smoked salmon, they tear up that smoked salmon. They'd be like, where's the salmon? It's gone already. I'm telling you, what he heard was the timbre in our voices. Because no matter where you're from, when you hear Black people speak, you can hear the tone of the voice, the tone, there's a tone, a tonality. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I said that Candace needs to watch out, because if I'm a person who understands what timbre is and what that means to a musician, and he's not removed, his next, and if I'm using process of elimination with the clue of light footsteps, and then I listened and I thought I heard a Black woman out there, the next Black woman with light footsteps would be Candace. Okay, let's see. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on, let me go up here. Thank you for the super chat. Oh no, that's Mo. To be fair, Diva, I didn't know what was said in the chat. Don't attack me. I haven't even got a chance to see your reviews and what was said. Auntie just watched the TikToks. I know nothing. Oh no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this comments in the chat. My bad. I'm sorry. I did come in here blazing. I come in here with my guns blazing. Girl, I didn't even, girl, yeah, I came in here hollering and fussing because I was mad. Girl. Right. Girl. Yeah, and then there wasn't a flashback. Right. The thing is there wasn't a flashback. So was there even a laugh? Exactly. So who laughed? Because I was like, oh no. Was it Lisa Rinna? At first I thought it was Candace. Like I was like, did Candace laugh? I didn't see anybody laugh. So is he just making that up? Was that the rustle of some leaves that sounded like somebody's laughter? Girl, what? I'm so confused. Everybody who gave clues, I feel like if I was a faithful, I would be like, if you give a clue and we get rid of that person and that person is not a traitor, you next. girl, girl, stop playing these games with me. Yes, because I see Eric putting the pieces together. Simply, he felt bad about Tiffany and knows he needs to know now he could point to Candace. Yeah, he really felt bad because he was really sure of himself. But we didn't even get a flashback. Like who said that earlier? We didn't even give it a flashback. So how do we know it even happened? We don't even know. It could have been the henchman laughing while he's out there in the damn on a floaty in that damn rust-colored water on his floaty. I'm telling you, the faithful, I don't know, it'd be funny to me. That's why I was like, girl, I'm gonna throw out any name. But you see, now Colton threw out Lisa, so Colton is next. He needs to be next. He really does. Because you throwing out too many people's names and it's not landing for me at all. I just didn't like, people coming telling me about Colton, and I'm like, I don't even know who this motherfucker is. Stop telling me about him. I don't even know him. It's like you holding me to a place accountable for something I didn't even know. I don't know this guy. I have never seen Colton a day in my life. I don't know nothing. He said something about Rachel Lindsay. I didn't know that. What did he say about Rachel Lindsay? Rachel Lindsay got duped on The Bachelor. What? Hey, let's how about we start this? Stop going on television shows trying to meet a game show, trying to meet somebody that you're supposed to spend some time with, some lifetime with. How about that? How about we stop going on game shows to find love? Lisa's a liability. Yeah, because I think Lisa's a liability because she voted for Portia. I would be looking at Lisa crazy because why did you vote for Portia? Hey, Rodney, we are live, honey, on a Sunday afternoon. I had to cuss the people out because I don't know who the fuck Colton is. And the people is telling me Colton is this and Colton is that. I don't know nothing about it. They said Colton was underneath the damn lady's car putting tracking devices on her shit. So that's what they said, child. Lisa, she needs to be careful. She's not playing the game right. She's just sitting back. And it's true, when they get to the round table, she never has any input. And she needs to have more input. That's why Candace can fly under the radar, because she's giving input as if she's a faithful. All I heard was Colton, I'm instantly triggered. They said Colton is nuts. Portia's nuts too. Portia's nuts. Michael Rappaport is nuts. Let me see who else is nuts. Ron Funches seemed like he's a little nuts. He seemed like he's a little nuts too. All these motherfuckers is nuts. Yeah, I didn't know Colton's history, y'all. I didn't know shit about that man. So stop telling me, because I think it's because I said he was cute. And the people were like, okay, you think he's cute? Let me tell you something about this motherfucker. He likes to stalk people. He likes to stalk people. He likes to harass people. Girl, I'm telling you, that's the reason why they followed. They followed Colton right to the slaughterhouse. He got that white, he got the Ken doll look. He got the Ken doll jaw. And this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed white boy. He's not bad on the eyes, but look, turn around, the motherfucker stalks people. That's why you got to do your Carfax. Dorinda is another one. A lot of the motherfuckers is nuts on there. Hell, Alan Cumming is nuts. Portia's nuts. Colton is nuts. Ron Fuchs seemed like he's nuts. Who else? Girl. Yeah, because these people that hold his space. How many people? Honey, Donald Trump speaks matter of factly. He don't know what the fuck is going on. He don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, and he speaks matter of factly. Ain't nobody standing with Colton. Didn't nobody know who Colton was? It's like, okay, you're like, oh, Colton's cute, and then they'd be like, do you know Colton stalks his girlfriend? Then you gotta back into the bushes like Homer, like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, okay. What, girl, that man, the way he was eating off that plate, get his ass out of here just for his fucking table etiquette. Get Michael Rappaport the F up out of here just for the way he eats. Damn dog, shoveling food in his mouth like a damn scavenger. Oh, and I tell you, that is so disgusting. That was so disgusting to me. Yeah. Smiling. Yeah, everybody loves Colton, the football. Did he play football? He probably played football too. I bet you he played. Did Colton play football? Yeah. Yeah, you'll see him on a Lifetime movie. I think Dorinda is on her best behavior since this is her second chance. Yeah, Dorinda's she's trying to stay under the radar. She is. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine your husband? You look over and you sitting at a table with this man that you married to, and you sit over and you sitting at the table eating. You look over and he has the plate up to his motherfucking mouth, shoveling food into his mouth like a goddamn trash compactor. Girl, girl, I was so disgusted. I wrote this joint really good. Now I just gotta find a lighter. Girl, can you imagine if that was your man? They said see, if I told you the degrees of separation I have between Michael Rappaport, you'd be shocked. He's married to a black woman. That's if you look at his dating history, that is his dating history. Michael Rappaport is a lot of his ex-girlfriends and ex-partners are black women. Hold on, I'm trying to find my lighter. I don't know what I did. I'm trying to find my lighter, y'all. What the hell? Yeah, so a lot of his ex-partners are black, Michael Rappaport. They call Michael, and that's why it's unnerving to see the way he acts, because they call him White Mike because he is typically around a lot of black people, Michael Rappaport. And so they call him, that's his nickname, White Mike. It's his nickname. Right, we need to talk to you, boo. We need to talk to you, girl. I would be mortified if my husband was on television eating food like that. The Danish deception girl was trying to get him. The Danish deception girl, she just wants anybody. She sounded like she would take anybody white. It didn't matter. She'd take David Duke, honey. Okay, let me find my thing. Yeah, so that's the reason why I had to come on this live real quick, is because I was like really annoyed. And then I see a lot of the people I see a lot of the queer men going after Colton. And I think that it's just this white gay men and black gay men and their relationships with each other, and that intersection of racism and bigotry that they get from white gay men. I think that triggers a lot of black gay men when they look at Colton. And so, but I would never, ever give a homophobic person a soft place to sit just because I didn't like the other person who's gay. You understand what I'm saying? Michael Rappaport, what he said was out of order. It was offensive. And it not only offended the person, his target, it offended other people around. Let's see what Rodney said. My sister called me last night saying she was confused on why Portia was saying the stuff she was saying. I said, bitch, I told you Portia was slow. She is. Dimwit, a damn nincompoop. That's exactly what she is. And her ass is crazy too. Didn't nobody get in the comments and be like, you know, Portia tried to accuse her castmate of premeditated rape and drugging. Nobody got in the comments telling me that. You know, Portia. Portia is she's never going to beat him. When I was watching it, I was like, bitch, you're not even a traitor. How the fuck are you slipping up by saying you are a traitor? Like how is that even in your head? And then I saw how she tried to make it seem like, girl, you put yourself out. Ron wouldn't have any evidence if it didn't come out of your mouth, Portia. Now you on some other show trying to blame other people. You said those things out of your mouth yourself. Nobody put you up for elimination but yourself. She need to be ate up. She been trying to blame Candace. Candace said she unfollowed her before all of this, though. Portia, I did what, even though I can't stand Portia. You know, y'all know how I feel about, hold on. Y'all don't have me rev up my tractor because I will pull it out. I will back it up and do a 3-point turn and run over Portia. But I still wanted Portia to stay. You need dimwits on the cast. You do not need a bunch of gamers. You need the slow pokes. Portia is a slow poke. You need her on the team. Oh, okay. I'm doing you. What do you want me to do? Okay. That's what you need. I know. I saw that. She called Jamie bitter. Girl, you bitter because you didn't get a hold of that money while you over there squatting in that man's house. How much more time she got? About a year and a half to go in that house over there. She's squatting in, girl. She tried to say Jamie was bitter. Nah, bitch, you bitter because you done gave up that $100,000. That words that came out of your own mouth. Didn't nobody make Portia say the things that she said? How the fuck you slip up? I can see if you slipped up and you were a traitor, girl. How you slip up and you not even a traitor? How the hell does that happen, girl? You dumb. You dumb. Girl, top sad of all. Sorry, y'all. I had to back up off of it and sit my cup down. Whew. Candace is good. Candace is a good trader. The fact that she keeps talking, she keeps giving her, opinion. Like her being talkative is actually helping her out. I feel like it's helping her out. It's giving taken. It's giving look away, girl. You need Portia. Portia should have stayed longer. They should have kept her longer. But I mean, Ron had good evidence. Okay, can we agree that Ron had good evidence? She said we killed him, and then she said I killed Ian, and then she said there's 4 traitors. Bitch, how the fuck you know it's 4 traitors? Colton needs to be gone. Colton and then Natalie. and then Eric. They both, them three should be the next ones that get out. Ron had good evidence. He had, when I'm telling you, they all owe Ron an apology at the reunion because he did not just come up with that. Like Colton, how the people are saying Colton came up bringing Tiffany's name. He just pulled it out of the air. Ron did not just pull that out of the air. And because Donna was a traitor, they're not going to believe that really happened. They're just going to say that Donna was saying, yeah, she heard Portia say that in order to get Portia out, and maybe she was not telling the truth. But they were both sitting there. It was like more than 4 people in that room when Portia said what she said. He did. I feel like he had good evidence. It just was the wrong person. But he was only going off what the girl was saying. But see, he didn't know that the lady was slow. There we are. He did not know that Portia is a slowpoke. That's where, see, and that's why they need to do background checks on these people, because had Ron knew Portia was a nincompoop, he would have known, oh, she just talking out the side of her mouth. She don't even know what the fuck she talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about, Portia, unless there's a dick in it. What can you tell her? You don't even know what's coming out of your mouth, Portia, unless there's a dick in it. Well, here we go. Here we are again. Portia don't know what the fuck she's saying unless there's a dick in it. Girl, see, he didn't know. He did not know that Portia was slow. Girl, he did not know. They need some Salt Lake City housewives on there. That's what they do need. They need Whitney and Heather on there. They do. But Heather needs to be a traitor. No, I think Heather will be good at figuring out who traitors were. I think she would excel in figuring out who the traitors are. Heather, I would love to see Lisa, but I don't think Lisa would be willing to do the challenges. I would love to see Lisa Barlow in that environment, but I don't think she'd be willing to do the challenges. See, like Whitney, I think Whitney and Heather will do challenges, because you got to think there's also physical challenges here. Lisa can't have her glam at the castle. Oh yeah, she won't show up. I think Heather, I think Whitney would be good, because Whitney and Portia go to the same school. Okay. Whitney just found her a man to hold her down and stay married to her. Portia can't seem to find one. But Whitney and Portia go to the same school. They be on that same bus. The bus come pick Portia up, then it roll up to Salt Lake City and pick Whitney up. Come on, little Whitney. Come on, Portia. Come on, little P. Willie. Girl, I can't believe Portia was like, I killed Ian. Girl, shut up. You didn't even, what? Why would you say that? Okay. Oh, so you are stupid. Oh, okay. See? And even, girl, she even had me go on Twitter. I even was like, wait a minute, y'all. I know we be down here joking about how slow Portia is and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out, is this bitch really slow? Like, I was like, girl, is she? Wait a minute, y'all. She really is slow. I thought we was just down here joking. They said the Underground Railroad, you had to get, if you stamp the bus ticket 5 times, the 6th ride is free. Girl. Hey, happy birthday. Did you have a good birthday? Simply V Lockett. Did you have a good birthday? Happy birthday. Oh God. Portia, girl, I was like, she is not beating the allegations. She is not beating the nincompoop allegations. There had to be a conductor. And then she was like, but there was one person who made it all the way. Girl, what the fuck? But there was one person who made it all the way. Girl, Portia, shut up. But she's cute. She cute though. She cute. That baby could wear a dress. She cute. That baby could wear a lace front, honey. Girl, I wanted her to stay long. I really wanted her to stay longer. I did. I said, Portia, you dummy. He did. They need to apologize to Ron Funches. They need to apologize to him because he had good evidence. That was Portia's fault. He was only going off of the evidence that was presented. He didn't know it was coming from a nincompoop. Big booty and a bunch of teeth, honey. You never trust a big butt and a smile. They told you that girl is slow po. She's a slow po. That girl is slow. She just slow. I don't even think Portia's really, I don't even think she's witty. I think Portia just be on the defense all the time. And she'd be ready. I think Portia really be ready to talk shit because I don't know, maybe she knows she is a target. She's an easy target. She's funny sometimes. She says sometimes she says funny things. You know what I'm saying? Do you think they'll be on Candace now using the process of elimination with Eric's hearing the laugh? Because Candace did laugh, smirker out there. I was nervous for her. To me, that's what I'm saying. I think Eric, if he uses the process of elimination, then he is going to definitely say Candace is next. Because Ron said he heard light footsteps. So if I'm using process of elimination and I heard a woman's voice, right? And like I said, we have a certain tone to our voice, right? So if that's what he's going on, then the next person would be, it couldn't be Mara, which I think Ron thinks it's Mara, but it would be either Mara or Candace. And I don't think Candace and Mara or even Tiffany probably sound the same. And probably the reason why he became a comedian. I think he's a funny comedian. He's really funny to me. She does. That's what Claudia Jordan said. Every time she lies, she grow another two. She would have looked like Pennywise by the time if she was made a traitor. Come on, Barracuda. Girl, it's a mess. Yes, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If I was a faithful, I would be like, listen, y'all, if y'all come up here talking about you have evidence that so and so is a traitor and we get rid of them and they're not a traitor, you're next. I'm getting you out of deck. Y'all better come with facts, timelines, receipts. What the girls say, you need to come with all this stuff. You can't be coming out here talking about Tiffany was a matter of fact, so let's go with her. No, that's not enough. And if you come with some shit that gets somebody eliminated and they're not a traitor, your ass is next. We vote for you next. That's gonna be the fucking new rule. We're gonna make a rule within the rules. If I was a faithful, that's what I would say. Bring some evidence and we kick a faithful out. You next. Have everybody scared, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they started with 20 people. No, I think they started with more than 20 people because that was the one challenge where they were lighting their shields and those effigies on fire. They had 10 people were up. So that was half of them there. So they started with more than 20 people. Well, that first table, that round table was full because they got rid of, okay, so they got rid of, okay, here, let me look at the picture of them. Okay, so they got rid of Donna. She was a traitor. Okay, so this is all the people that are here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I feel like there was more than 23 people there, but yeah, that's it. Because there's Ian, Monet, Stephen, Ron C, Tara, Colton, Portia, Tiffany, Lisa, Jam Jam, Donna, Rob R, the Snake Charmer, Natalie, Michael, Caroline, Mara, Mark, Candace, Dorinda, and Eric. So Rob C is gone, Ian is gone, Monet is gone, Portia is gone, Caroline is gone, Donna is gone, and now Michael is gone. So who do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, is Steven gone? Steven, he's a gamer. I didn't X his face out. I think I forgot to X his face out. So I think he's gone, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people. I know, but Monet mentioned Lisa. That's why you can't even say who you think it is, right? Because if you accidentally say who you think it is to a traitor, you next. Stephen, yeah, they said Stephen is from One Tree Hill. Is he there? Is he still there? Yeah, that's what they said. Stephen, I thought he was a gamer. He seems like a gamer. But is he there? Is he gone? Because I don't have he's there. He's still there. Okay. So I didn't, okay. So it's 1, 2, okay, so I didn't X his face out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people left. And they seem to get rid of 3 people per episode. I know, I love Monet. I wish that Monet was there still. Monet should have never told Candace that it was Lisa. But you see, there's that unconscious bias. He thought that he could trust. Why do you think that Monet thought that he could trust Candace? Why do you think that Monet thought that he could trust Candace? Come on, let's just say it. Why do you think Monet thought that he could? Candace is a damn traitor. And you mentioned another traitor. You got to go, poo-poo. You got to go, Monet. But Monet trusted Candace. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it. So we all have to like kind of acknowledge that we do have these biases, right? All of us do. Yep. That's sister. That's sister. Girl, that's a traitor, girl. Yeah, Monet's face is beautiful. Just everything, the freckles, everything. Just like, yes. Yep. Unconscious bias. There we are. Full circle. That's the only reason why Monet trusted. You understand what I'm saying? And so, like, the way that Ron is taking his approach is, I don't need to be friendly with anybody because I can't trust anybody. He's not doing it the right way. He's not being social about it. I think that there's a way to be social without actually like getting into like an emotional connection with the person. Yep. Why is Ron being treated like an outcast, but Colton isn't? I think what Candace is saying about Ron, like her analysis of his personality is right. Like, you're not talking to anybody, you're staying to yourself, you're not being social. Colton is being social. We'll see how they act on these next episodes with Colton throwing out Tiffany's name and being wrong. But then him and Eric both like kind of backing each other up on that. But Ron, when he gets to the table, he becomes like, it's like, ooh, girl, like, ooh, oh. It's like, damn, okay, Ron. Like, where did all this fire come from, girl? Because you was like real meek right? In the other room with your sweater on, with your cable knit sweater on, girl. But now you at this table and you done laid your damn dick on the table and you want to cuss out everybody. What's going on, Ron? It's not matching. It's not matching for me. Girl, that didn't even make no damn sense. I was like, okay, she about to get caught. That damn conga line. Girl, what? Everybody telling Candace all their business. Why? Where's the unconscious bias there? You understand what I'm saying? She's not, but then there's other people that might look at Candace and be like, I remember her on Potomac. She's probably a traitor. Yep. Yep. That's the bias. Like, oh, because we look alike, I can trust you. That's a traitor. Monet. Now your ass is gone. Damn it. But no, I love the fact. See, that's the thing. I think getting rid of Caroline was good because it shows that if there is an allegiance between housewives, then housewives shouldn't be getting killed. So then it's impossible for a traitor to be a housewife because the housewives are being killed. So they would have to do Dorinda next. So I feel like this. I feel like Colton, Natalie, I think should be next. Then to throw them off, it would have to be Dorinda. Girl, he got grenades in them sweater pockets. Girl, I'm like, damn, Ron. When he told Dorinda, I thought it was funny. I laughed, but I was like a little shocked when he told Dorinda, what do you need to know my fucking family for? I was like, oh, we cussing at each other? What's going on? Bob the drag queen was eliminated. Peppermint was eliminated early. I think Peppermint was like one of the first people eliminated on her season. And then Bob the drag queen was I think the next. But Bob stayed on a long time. Bob got rid of Dorinda because he was like, I didn't know who Dorinda was. And Dorinda was like one of the first people to go on that season because Bob was a traitor. Wasn't Bob a traitor? I forgot. And see, for me, okay, so why do you think Caroline had to go? Because I felt maybe I was missing because it wasn't like she was offering anything. Yeah, Bob was a traitor. That's what I thought. Bob was a traitor. Yeah, that was Peppermint that got yeah, and Peppermint pulled a Portia and called herself a traitor. The gamers gotta go. I keep thinking Steven is a gamer, but he's an actor. I gotta remember that. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. Yeah, I had to get that out, y'all. So I gotta go get my groceries. It's been 2 hours. Oh yeah, MJ. I wanted MJ. MJ needs to come back. Reza, I need to go watch that season again because they got Reza out. The way they treat Reza, they act like Reza is Michael Rappaport. The way they acted with him, the way that he was on his season. I remember. Michael Rappaport is such a it's just so gross. Like he's like Mercedes' husband, Tommy. We gotta talk about Valley Persian style because I don't like Mercedes' husband. I don't like that rough around the edges, wearing like a white tank top, stains on your white tank top and I don't like that. I don't like Tommy, and that's like Michael Rappaport. That's how they like that rough around the edges. I don't know. I never liked Tommy. Yeah, hopefully that's going to be her ex-husband soon. I don't like it. I don't like that he allows a little kid to like talk shit to Mercedes. I don't. Oh, they are separated. Good, because yeah, I don't even like the way that he was raising the little boy to like make fun of Mercedes. Say little like snippy things to her. I didn't like that. I don't. Mm-mm. Oh, they are. You think they're divorced? And then when the mother was like, well, I think she's not happy, he was like, well, if she wants a divorce, let her get a divorce. Like, Tommy, come on. So disrespectful. Yeah, we got to talk about the Valley. And we got to talk about that base head, Gigi. Gigi act like an old, like girl. Gigi acts like, she really acts like, you know how, a reason why I call her a base head, you know how when people addicts, how they be like always like licking their lips and their lips be like juicy all the time in the corners, and their mouths be juicy. And they always be licking their lips and their mouths be juicy and their eyes be low and kind of looks like they almost slobbering at the mouth. Gigi, that's what Gigi gives me. Like, girl, sit up straight. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you acting like you are like really in like on drugs? Girl. That's what I said. She reminds me of a bass head like Frankie. Like, you know how you know what I'm talking about? How their lips be juicy and they always be like licking their lips, but the lips be juicy, head be tilted to the side, eyes low, just looking like you trying to get, you can't wait for your next hit. That's how Gigi acts. Ugh. She's so annoying. That's what I said. And my other thing, she does act like she, like, yes, geeked up. That's how she acts. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? And then you're a brat. You don't want to listen. People are trying to help you. You like have not grown. Like, I thought we got rid of that. Like Mike, I'm glad they got rid of Mike, right? Because Mike is an immature weirdo. That's a weirdo. Now that's a motherfucking weirdo. I'm glad he's not on the show. But then here comes Gigi, and she's at the same place she was the last time we saw her on our TV. Girl, you haven't changed one bit. And all them clothes, half them clothes are ugly, and you probably can't even fit them, and they're out of style. Why do you need 3 bedrooms full of clothes? Like, girl, Now Mike, that's a motherfucker. Now they put Mike on Traders. Now we gonna be like, okay, get his ass off of Traders, because we know Mike's goddamn history. Shit. Yeah, she got to be a hoarder, because all them clothes, it's like, girl, you don't even wear all those clothes. Who's wearing all those clothes? It's not like they're vintage, all vintage. I can see you keeping your vintage pieces, but like, girl, what? You have to have literally 3 bedrooms for your clothes. What about the other friend that was kind of a hippie? Asa, she married Jermaine Jackson's son. You talking about Asa? She has a baby with Jermaine Jackson's son. I believe. No, Jackie. Was it Jackie's? No, that's Siggy. Jermaine Jackson's son, I believe. Because Jackie Jackson's son is Siggy. Yeah, I like Asa. I even Asa had 2 songs that came out. I used to listen to them all the time. Yeah, she's in the Jackson family now, girl. Got a Jackson baby over there. Oh, really? Well, she's out there. Yeah, Jermaine. Yeah. Yeah, because Jackie's son is Siggy. He went to my high school. Jackie Jackson's son. Yeah, she's always grounded. Yeah, she's very much into her spirituality and the things. And then she got with that Jackson boy, and it was out. We were out of there. But I like the cast. I like Sky. You see that 2 of the couples on there sleep in separate rooms as their husbands, on the Valley. You notice that? So we got to talk about the Valley. We'll talk about them next week, because I got to catch up. I think I haven't watched the last episode. Yes. Okay, y'all, we're gonna go now. I gotta go get my groceries. Gotta go pick up my groceries, girl. Sorry, I came on hollering, screaming, fussing about this thing. I didn't know who the boy is. I don't know Colton. I don't know who the F he is. I don't know who he is. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Y'all take care of each other. Have a good rest of the week and get some rest. They said His and Hers on Netflix is good. So I'm with Tessa Thompson. So I might check that out after I go get my groceries. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for allowing me in your space. We'll talk in the comments, okay? All right. Sorry to that man. All right, y'all. Peace.